IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire. IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
Ambassadors, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm a commissioner for Home Front. Yes. For all restorational forces for Home Front, we agree to now. For all restorational forces for Home Front, we agree to now. This music, I appreciate all the men and women who they stand strong for Home Front. And today, we declare Operation No Drug Home Front. I say we declare Operation No Drug Home Front. We can inform all the units for Home Front. Say effective the 20th of February, that's on Monday. No unit will keep any drug within themselves, and nobody will be allowed to take any drug. When they talk of waiting, any drug substance will make you confused. You know, go take up. So all the assistant commander them for all the unit them, and I will be in charge. We'll make sure say everybody under that unit, nobody go use any drug substance. We go make it populate ahead. We don't win like public. Now the one who use medication and drugs them, but they fool us. We would get confused. So effective the 20th, that's February 20th, that's Monday 2023. Now Operation No Drug in San Bazonia. All the fighting units them, and I get from today's Saturday, Sunday for take the drugs them if we want a possession, we'll get them back for the owner them or for trash up. Anybody where they keep drug on his behalf, you go tell him you can take a drug within 48 hours. Because by Monday, you no get for actually going to the drug day. You go trash up to toilet. I say you go put up a toilet. So all the unit them for the 13 counties, 61 LGA. Anybody where get drug for a possession, you go call the owner, make and take a drug. We're not gonna be interested for use drug. Anybody where you go sell any drug, we're gonna arrest you, we're gonna go shoot it. Anybody where you gonna come for neighborhood can they sell drugs them, those drugs that the big people they populate, we're gonna go hold you. We're say anybody where you go can they sell drugs them, or a neighborhood they make them hold you populate, we're gonna go hold you. As we the fight go for Boya, we'll stay focused. We need a country, a disciplined people. We need a country with a focused people, focused mind and focused brain. We no longer get the country where we get people where they drug to control them or alcohol to control them. As we the march to go, they send a shout out to May County, they send a shout out to May County, send a shout out to Mezam, to Ndian, to Manu, to Fako, to Lebialem, all the county them. Send a shout out to all of them. When they stand strong, prepare for enemy eye. We come for tell when I say, we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready in the weeks or days ahead. The next announcement will go come. When the next announcement go come, all go move that same direction. Now be ready days ahead or weeks ahead. For the next announcement will go come. Country as a whole, all go move in that direction. To God be the glory. As the march to go, we're gonna not forget Operation Drug Free from Bazonia. Mommy and Papa them, if you say you carry drugs and carry sell them for our kingdom and our brothers and sisters them, maybe they smoke them, they get drunk, they get high, they die quick. If we see you say that drug again, so from Monday, February 20th, nobody go get any drug, smoke them, drink them, overdo anything. The only medicine if you drink and medicine will make you if you get wound, you drink it make you well. Or if you get headache, you drink medicine, you make you well. We don't want any illegal medicine. We France don't stand up for that, but they can poison me for ground. We thank Una and they thank all the genuine restorational fighters in Home Front. We don't forget that our people don't take various agent them, put inside various unit them. When the time reach, when they say the new sell, business know the pass, they'll go give themselves for this other center. They'll go hand over themselves. When they hand over themselves, and with time the enemy will help or kill them. The enemy themselves. Make with the match to go, with the great now. Until then, make Una stay blessed and stay focused. Ambazonians, una good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm a commissioner for Home Front.
Dear wonderful people of Ambazonia, fellow citizens, today is Saturday, March 18, 2023, Anno Domini, and it's the dawn of a very decisive moment in our resistance against the existential threats posed by the La République du Cameroon expansionist, genocidal and totalitarian rogue regime. Federal draft for the midlife
IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
Greetings.
IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
Yeah, greetings, fellow Ambazonians, televiewers of the ABC Amba Television. You are welcome yet to another Saturday IG Defense Briefing. A lot has happened within the week. We are proud of our soldiers on the home front. And today, Saturday, we'll be giving you all the updates of the happenings throughout the week. As usual, we have a rich panel today. We have Commander Kenneth, who is a co-host. I think we have a Commissioner for Home Front, and we have the SOS for Defense, Dr. Zama, who was not with us last week due to some circumstances beyond his own control. All is set. Our technicians are on all our hands on deck to see that we have a successful program. To our beautiful Facebook followers, please hit the share button, copy the links, share it in your WhatsApp groups so that we swear the number and we can now pass the information that we have. Yeah, I think I already have two people on screen. I'll begin with my co-host, who is Commander Kenneth, who will, I think, introduce himself because we have new viewers every day. So we introduce ourselves. As usual, I am the host, Paul Nilo. So, Commander Kenneth, you have the mic.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Paul. As you rightly said, I am Kenneth from the ANSC. Actually, I'm the spokesman of the ANSC. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all, televiewers, to this today's edition of our IG Defense Briefing. For those who have been following us regularly, we want to thank you, and for those who are joining us today for the first time, we want to welcome you all and ask you to share the link, as our dear comrade just said. Make sure you bring in some other new members so that we can all be enlightened in the events and whatever is going on at home front. I want to as well salute those that we have today on our panelists today, on the panel today. Comrade Paul, Comrade Willie, SOS Zama, and those who have on our technical things. You'll be hearing from me again as the program goes on. Welcome.
Thank you very much. We are still waiting on SO and Zama to connect while we give the microphone to Commissioner Willie, Commissioner for Homefront. Commissioner Willie, the mic is yours.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all across the world. We come today to greet you people and to thank you for joining us as we present our defense briefing for today, April the 1st, 2023. Don't forget, this is not April Fool. What we are going to say is real and it's live. So today is the 1st of April. Don't take us for granted. So this is not a joke. What we are going to say we meant and what we mean. So we thank you all. Mami and Papa them for Homefront. We greet you now. Now for Homefront, Willie. We all. Those for bush, those for refugee camp, those for prison, those for jail, and those on any side, buy and sell them. Everybody will agree to now. As we could move on for this show, we'll get many things for tell now and make una pay attention how would they push the country forward as a team, as a whole. Over to you, Mr. Paul. Commander Paul.
Okay, thank you very much, Commissioner Willie. Yeah, we will begin with actions from Homefront. Commander Kenneth, I think we have more than enough actions from Bowie and other counties and other LGAs in Amazonia. Can you please give us an update? We knew there was this week only in Bowie alone. I think those terrorists, at least not less than 50 of those terrorists were deleted from the face of the earth. Commander Kenneth, can we hear from you? Update from Homefront.
Yeah, thank you, comrade. Yeah, it was another eventful week in which our ARFs they did over the territory. They did go out against the enemy, and what we saw is what their action was what commendable, because that's what the Amazonian people they've always wanted from our ARFs. They have not been off up to this. We've started this year on a good footing, and up to this month, I think we've been delivering week after week. There's no week we've come here without something new happening on the home front. So just like the other weeks, the ARFs they went out again and told the terrorists from La Republic loud and clear that they are not welcome in Amazonia. It is our territory. We are ready to fight and die for that territory. And if La Republic, if they are paying attention, then it is time for them to really pack and leave. Because the number that went down this week, I think if their government is paying attention and they continue sending them to die in those numbers, as I said a while ago, there was a time we said, if they continue like this, there'll come a time their military will not be able to even face a kindergarten boxing team. Let them make sure that whatever they're doing, let them hand over their materials to our ARF camps or to some of them and they go back. We don't need them in our territory. Though what they did was commendable, we also have reports of this the terrorists raising homes, killing civilians, and we had some others of torture. But anyway, let me just start with some of the activities that we saw over the territory. The home front, what we call the home front report. That was on the 26th of March. There was some serious confrontation exchange between our ARF. That was in Umojok, Umojok LGA. They got word that the colonial deal was to make a visit to that LGA, and they took their positions, waiting for this terrorist to come in. But as usually is the case, he came in with a contingent of the terrorist Republic military. So, being properly trained and not afraid of anything, they confronted the terrorist and his guards. The battle was fierce. They withstood the terrorist, And finally, they had to withdraw at a certain point. So I think the terrorists, somewhere along the line, the next day on the 27th, they thought they could launch a surprise attack on our valiant ARFs. So while they were somewhere in their hideouts, they were surprised by these same terrorists. They came in. But as always, being up to the task, they withstood this terrorist. And on that 27, at least 4 of them were brought down, at least 4. So the Republic had to go back and lick its wounds. 4 were sent back, at least 4 were sent back in body bags across the Mungo. So I want to give a 21 gun salute to those boys, the boys of the Post Jungle Highway. They did a formidable job. We're asking them to keep it up. Okay, now let me move on to the Ngarbo. That was around, I think that was a 28. There was an armored personnel carrier from La Republic that was headed towards Ngarbo. And it so happened that, you know, I'll always say this, it is payback for what they did to our people in Ngarbo. They massacred our people sometimes. Their spirits are not asleep. And across the whole territory of Amazonia, they will always pay for whatever they are committing on our people. So what happened? There was a contingent of mixed this thing. We had forces from those of Donga Manjung. We had a mixed contingent that went out there. They ambushed them. They used an RPG. They launched an RPG which into the armored personnel carrier, and we know that this armored personnel carrier usually transports at least 12 of these terrorists. And from the reports we got, at least 10 of them were brought down. There was just one survivor, one. He was airlifted somewhere to Douala, one of the hospitals in Douala, and we had probably his hands and feet were probably amputated. So we, at this point, we can see clearly that they are not capable of withstanding or facing our forces. Day by day, our forces are becoming better. And it is time for them to reconsider. At least 13. And the one that they said survived, they said he was on life support. We are not even sure if that one is alive today. We are not sure if it's alive today. And we know La Republic, what they always do best, they hide their deaths from their public, from the families and so on. So it will be wise for them to maybe own up to their people and tell them that they are losing this fight big time. From there, I think, let me go over to Ndian County, where our forces ambushed and took out 3 of the terrorists, 3. They did some good work there. And we know that when they are in our localities, when they come in like that, the only thing that they are good at is extortion. They extract money from our innocent civilians. They rape, they kill. So when this, our forces are fighting to make sure that to see us sail through to Boya and to protect our population. La Republic has no place. Let them leave. And then let me go over to Bui. We had quite a significant number of them down in Bui. We had on the 29th, there was a contingent of the terrorists that was sent in, a newly deployed contingent. They were newly deployed, they were sent over to Bui to do what they do best. And no, I think, let me just make it clear that they have been dropping in Bui in their numbers. So each time they have to send in new forces to replace those that were airlifted, the bodies that were airlifted, carried in body bags across the Mungo. So what happened was that the ones that came in stupidly or foolishly went and took on positions around there, thinking that our forces were not, maybe they were not monitoring them, or thinking that they were invincible, that they were not being, our forces could not monitor or see them, not knowing that all their movements were being monitored by our forces. So when they went and took their positions, and at one time they tried to lure our forces to our ARFs to into maybe some sort of into some traps, but being smart enough, they knew what the terrorists were doing. They stood there, and after some time, they launched. I mean, at a time, at their own timing, they launched an attack. And one of the weapons they used an RPG to take out some of their positions. Realizing that they were cornered, that they were trapped, they called for a backup. And I think there were 3 trucks that were making it to that particular location to help them out of their tight spot, out of their tight corner. So on their way there, they were equally targeted. We used our forces smart enough. They used improvised IEDs. They used IEDs actually, and 3 of them went off. Those 3 immobilized their armored personnel carriers, and as well as it did neutralize a lot of their elements. Proof of that is, I think we don't have the videos yet, but there was an helicopter that came in and ejected most of their bodies across the Congo. So that alone, a lot of them were neutralized, both at there and those that were trying to make it to that particular location. We want to give a 21 gun salute also to our forces, our ARFs in Bui. They've been doing a formidable job. The enemy, they are falling in their numbers in that particular locality, in that county. Okay, let me take you. There is also on the 31st in also in Bui, in Sekwa LGA. They were also making some of the contingents, some of the La Republic terrorists were making their way on their way to Bui, and one of the armored personnel carriers was targeted by an IED. It went off, immobilized it. I think a lot of them went down in that particular explosion also. And later on, I think they transported because they were in their numbers, so they had to pull off the truck and take it along. So for Bui alone, we had not less than 20 something that fell. If we want to sum it up with the numbers that we had in maybe also just putting up the numbers we had in Gabu and the ones we had in Manu, the numbers and those we had in Dian, we should be having them at least 30 of them dropping in Amazonia across our territory. I think that is that's that for the situation report. I think I'll be coming back to talk about because they burnt a lot of they razed down a lot of our homes, those of our civilians. I'll be talking about subsequently, maybe as we go along. So thank you, Comrade Paul, and the microphone is yours once more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My screen is freezing, so I cannot see the screen. Thank you very much for the wonderful update. Please, I don't know if we could get more the videos on screen, if we could get the videos and the images of the La Republic terrorists who illegally strode into our lands and they were deleted. I don't know if we could get the videos, Paddy. I don't know. My screen is freezing. Yeah. No, I don't think that is.
That
no,
was unfortunately
that video.
That's not a video.
I don't think that is a video. We don't have that video up for.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later on, please.
Video tonight. Yeah, I don't think this one is part of our.
We'll talk about this later
tonight. Yeah, I think Paddy, please move this video. We don't. Oh, thank God, SOS. Our SOS is with us. Oh. Yeah, I think. Welcome, SOS. It's SOS. Okay, why SOS is making some adjustment to his sound quality and image. Commissioner Willie, can you make a statement on the ground action so far as outlined by the ANSC spokesperson, Commander Kenneth? Any comment?
Yes, thank you, Commander Paul, and thank you, Commander Kenneth, for the brief analysis on what is going on the ground. We're at war at this difficult moment, and as you can see, the action of our ambassador institutional forces speak for themselves. These are all men and women, volunteer servants who have gotten up to protect themselves. Without them on the ground, the army of Cameroon, the Cameroon government invasion forces could have entered and killed all of us on the ground. But we thank God that our men and women, they have woke up to the call, woke up to the task and the challenge to enhance, fortify, and re-energize their local community. Some of our parents are alive today because of our ambassador institutional forces who have picked their guns to defend themselves. A gun to them is like a pen to somebody who works in the office. So Commander Kenneth has spoken everything, and as we move along, we'll be seeing more videos coming up. Why I'm on the screen at this time, I would like to bring out and tell the world about rebranding Ambassador Restorational Forces. Ambassador Restorational Forces, ARF, A stands for Ambazonia, R stands for Restoration, and F stands for Forces. A force can be a push or a pull, but in this case, the F is a push and a pull as well. Before, when this war started, everybody have been calling us Amber Boys, Amber Girls, those boys, those girls. As such, the interim government cannot move in a situation of boys and girls. We do not have boys and girls in Ambazonia, in the Ambazonian Restorational Forces. Ambazonian Restorational Forces are men and women, some of them doctors, some of them teachers, some of them lawyers, some of them students, some of them husbands, some of them wives. These are all volunteer men and women who have picked weapons to defend and protect themselves. Because Cameroon government, the government of Cameroon, I will not say La République, I will say the Republic of Cameroon, to draw that distinction, decided to launch war on Ambazonia and send their army to enter inside Ambazonia and be killing us randomly, wickedly. They have invaded us since long ago, before some of us were even born. So now is the time for all our men and women on home front to stand up and fight. Thus, the name rebranding. Rebranding means what? To refresh, to distinguish A from B, to distinguish Ambazonian Restorational Forces from Amber Boys. Inside Ambazonia 13 County, we are united under our local government area. We are united under our counties. We are united under the leadership headed by Dr. President Samuel Sako Ikome. And as such, we are united and protected by all Ambazonian Restorational Forces under the local government area and under the county. As a county, we all are united. As a government or local government area, we all are united. Each person was born in this world in a village or in a local government area, whether in Africa or in Europe. And as such, when this war started, the president of Ambazonia, President Dr. Samuel Sako Ikome, in order to bring unity, he created counties and local government area. As you heard him said last week, go back to your local government area where you were born and protect it and guide it and enhance it and support it. He has made it clean and clear. So when it comes to unity, all Ambazonians come from a particular locality or a particular village or local government area. We urge and invite them to push forward that they should go back to the local government area where they come from and build. So moving forward, henceforth, anybody that come and say, we need unity, we need unity, the answer is that President Sako said it all last week on TV, live. You know where you come from, or you know where you grew, go to that local government area and support it. That way, we'll all move to Boya as a unit. The word Ambazonian Restorational Force, clean and clear to everybody listening to me today, April the 1st, 2023, is to distinguish ourselves from Amber Boys. That which they call Amber Boys doesn't exist. Instead, we have an Ambazonian Restorational Forces. We are a country headed by President Dr. Samuel Sako Ikome. We're a country, we have our flag, the blue and the white. We're a country, we have our anthem. We're a country with a judicial system. We're a country with House of Representatives. We're a country with our local government area called LGA. Country with our counties, 13 counties and 61 local government areas. Those local government areas, they are managed by the chairperson for those local government area. Those chairpersons, some of them are women, some of them are men. We do not discriminate, we do not distinguish the difference. They will need their services and sacrifices. Those women, as chairpersons or chairladies, they have defense groups, defense committees that manage their local government area. So anybody that comes from anywhere to come say, we need unity, we need this collaboration, we need cooperation over here, that's what we call in English outlier. You're an outlier in the sense that you don't know where you belong, so you don't know where you're going. And as such, the Ambazonian Restorational Forces come with the word rebranding. That way we will rebrand to distinguish ourselves from the outliers. We distinguish ourselves from the gangs, those who go across the street, causing havoc to our people. We distinguish ourselves from those who go around harassing our mothers and sisters, raping them, killing them, burning them. Some of these people, they call Amber Boys, all of them. They are agents, contractors, paid by the Cameroon. In Ambazonia, Ambazonian Restorational Forces, they are not being paid. They are all volunteer fighters. They are all volunteer restorationists. As to distinguish ourselves from that Cameroon government that have created fractions or factions that he called Amber Boys. Some of the Amber Boys that Cameroon government have taken and raised, some of them they are in a cage where they call DDR Center. Those DDR centers, those are gangs where they raise Amber Boys, as so they call it. But inside Ambazonia, we do not have Amber Boys. President Sako, the commander-in-chief for all the Ambazonian Restorational Forces, is in charge, responsible for the coordination, correlation, enhancement, and promotion of all Ambazonian Restorational Forces. They were all answerable to President Dr. Samuel Sako Ikome. The Amber Boys, if they do exist, they answer to Yaoundé because they are being paid by Yaoundé. Those are sponsored agents. In Pidgin English, they call them plotters. Those are sponsored agents that have come to infiltrate our society, infiltrate our local government area to cause havoc. Now, moving forward, the Ambazonian Restorational Forces, after we've rebranded the name Ambazonian Restorational Forces to create that distinction between Amber Boys and Ambazonian Restorational Forces. So in all the parliaments in the world, if you go and you say Amber Boys are doing this and that, you are speaking out of context. You are speaking out of context, or you are ignorant. You address us as Ambazonian Restorational Forces, henceforth. You do not address us as Amber Boys. We do not have boys. Boys are 13 years, 14 years, and 15 years. We do not have them inside Ambazonia who are fighting. We have men and women, volunteer men and women, some of them doctors, some of them lawyers, some of them university graduates, some of them engineers, some of them scientists, who stand up and stood up to fight and to defend themselves. Moving forward, the Ambazonian Restorational Forces have come up with a motto. They have created a motto, and the motto goes thus. It says, we'll light our candle and fight to protect the oppressed. The motto of the Ambazonian Restorational Force goes thus. We will light our candle and fight to protect the oppressed. Our candle, we have candle over here. If you can see my hand, you can see in my hand, there's a match I'm holding, and this is a candle. I'm going to light it. This is a match, and this is a candle. We light it. We light our candle, and we're going to fight to protect and defend and free the oppressed. The oppressed are the Amazonian people. All volunteers, myself included, President Dr. Samuel Sako included, Comrade Paul, Commander Paul, all the restorational forces in home front and abroad, we are all volunteers. We are not being paid. Those who are being paid are the agents of La Republique, that they call themselves Amber Boys, that are coming and causing, raping our women, stealing, extorting money. Now, our motto is, we'll light our candle and we'll fight to free the oppressed. In our local language, I'll light my candle, shake no day. Light my candle, shake no day. With a light candle, we can use this candle, we can go to the dark areas and we can fight to liberate the oppressed. So God help us all. Over to you, Comrade Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think our SOS is with us now. SOS, can you get me? SOS Dr. Zama, can you get me?
I'm sure he can't hear you, Comrade Paul.
Yeah, I think he cannot get me.
SOS
Yes,
Zama.
Commander Kenneth.
SOS Zama, are you on? Can you hear us? SOS Zama, can you hear us, please? SOS Zama, please check your.
Oh, it seems he cannot get us. I think he's off again. I employ targets to him in the background and put things in order. Yes, Commander Kenneth. We have seen some groundbreaking actions which you have highlighted in your home front briefing. Actions for the week. What is your overall view? What do you have to tell the Amazonian people? What do you have to tell our doubters? Those people who think we are joking. 5 years into this war, it's like we are. Major General Tokandu has come out last week. He cried and La Republique suffered. What can you say about the rebranding of our restoration forces on home front?
Yeah, we have, as I said earlier, we have one word for them. They're invincible. They're doing a formidable job. What they're doing is the whole Amazonia should be behind them, supporting them for what they're doing. Those that the doubting Thomases, I don't think there are some doubting Thomases, because those that have been in this revolution for this time should understand, and I'm sure they do, that what we've been doing, we've been consistent with what we're doing. This is not a joke. We are not joking here. Those that have been sitting on the sidelines have been doing so maybe for their own personal listing. Probably they have some connections, personal aggrandizement or something of that sort. Not that they don't know that our cause is legitimate. Our cause is for the fighters. What they're doing day in, day out, they learn from their errors. We should not forget that a lot of them came, they were not trained. Initially, they were not trained, but as time went on, they gradually they got some. They were getting some training, and now they're up to par with some of the forces, some of the best that we have, from some other countries around. For those that are not, those that have not yet gotten the training, we are still doing that LGA by LGA, county by county, and we are telling the enemy wherever he is in our territory that with the present situation, they are finding it difficult even to get one of our own fighters, one of our ARF, cannot. They're finding it difficult. What they do is they use them to go after our fighters, our ARFs. They cannot get them because most of their attempts at getting our fighters have fallen short. They have not been able to get through to them. It is time that we start, those that have been on the sideline, or those that genuinely, those that have looked at it and have been standing somewhere on the sideline, to come in, join forces, and let's get this thing done with once and for all. Comrade Paul, I had for those of us that, I mean, some of our civilians, because as we're saying, I had a conversation with some of them on the home front last time, and what I heard from them actually made my day, because when I talked with them, I think that the person didn't know to which of the, I mean, they didn't know about my services with the interim government, because it's been a while that I had not talked to them. So this person asked me a question, and it's like, which faction do you belong? I mean, where do you actually belong? We have just one interim government. There's just one. There is one government that is taking care of the Amazonian struggle, and that is the government that is headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Komisaki. You know, this person stayed for some time and told me, we are all for Dr. Samuel Komisaki on the home front. That was on the home front. It made my day. Let me tell you, he said, if you find 10 Amazonians together somewhere, 10, at least 8 of them are for interim government. You know, that did make me to, to know that, we are on the right course. We have our civilians back home who are supporting us. We are giving our support to this interim government. I think it's just a matter of time. The Republic is realizing that they know they cannot defeat us. They tried this somewhere, and they was trying to fracture us. So that's what they do best, actually. Bring some division in between us. That to an extent, they thought they were going to succeed. But we are now coalescing. We're coming together, supporting our government. Those that are at the home front, they are there. Those that are brought here, they're coming together. And La Republic, our fighters are doing they're doing a better work. They're doing a better job down there. So La Republic is finding it impossible to penetrate us right now. That's the reason why you find them going around doing what? Burning houses. Maybe that's part of their war strategy. But is it going to succeed? No way. That's why you find them going around raping, killing our civilians. There was one that was killed last time in Bui. Somebody was summarily executed in front of the wife. For what reason? You had that person he was already there in front of you. Why shoot the person in front of the wife? I think with this, we are calling on those that are back home to tell them to be resilient. We are going to overcome all of this. So, Comrade Paul, with that, I hand over the microphone to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commander Kenneth. There's something I also want us to talk in Jikwa. We've just seen videos from Jikwa, the destruction of that, the so-called Uganda reconstruction. Please, I want you to tell home front that there is no reconstruction, and more, any worker who puts his life on the line in the name of reconstruction should be ready to face the consequences, because it's sheer provocation that war is going on and you claim that you reconstruct. How can you reconstruct while there is still killing going on? The forces are killing innocent civilians and you say you want to reconstruct. And the irony is that some of our own fathers, some of our own brothers and sisters, they still put their lives on the line, because there's a video was circulating last 2 weeks. I think along that Jikwa road, we saw one man coming out and we thank the president. We thank the president for this reconstruction. We thank the president. Community, please, I want you to give a message to home front. I want you to tell our poor, our desperate, I don't know how I can put it, our greedy parents, father, brothers and sisters, mothers, who are putting their lives on the line in the name of reconstruction. Why they kill us? They still use them. They use them to project a fake reconstruction message. Please, Commissioner Willie, talk to home front. And I know an order has been given that there is no reconstruction. No, how can you reconstruct somebody's country without the authorization of that? Commissioner Willie, please. This is your responsibility.
Yes, Commander Paul, that reconstruction issue have been tabled out long time ago, and I'm going to proceed in the following way. Effective tomorrow, that's the 2nd of April 2023, all politicians in Amazonia that from not traveling, nobody should carry in their car. We are not blocking people not to circulate, go where they want to go, but nobody will transport any politician from point A to point B. If you transport a politician from point A to point B inside your private car, or public transportation, on that car, you will lose the car. These politicians, what they do, they leave from point A to point B. They go, they say, hey, we are thanking the head of state. You cannot come to another person's house and you thank another person for invading that house. So politicians in Amazonia, they are the arm of Cameroon government. They are the arm of Cameroon government. They are the one carrying the what I call vaccine to come inject us with the lies, inject us with what they call propaganda, inject us with what they call construction or reconstruction. Make a talk for pigeon, make it switch for now, make it enter for now, here fine. Effective tomorrow, April the 2nd, 2023. Any man will go, anybody will go transport any politician for come for Boya, go for Kumba. Once you reach for that side, you reach, or you go for road, they go stop your motor, they see the politician inside, they go burn that motor. Now, these politicians, they carry information and they mix us up. If you be politician, they see a motor walk for your street, they go burn them. If you be taxi man, you carry politician, we see you carry politician, you go drop it someplace, you park that motor for your house, you can't burn them. If you transport person, you carry anything, you go inside, you burn them. When I will see that person, will come for the Thursday time head of state, now politician. Now, because if you get a free ride where they carry for motor to go for village and go to fool people them. It be simple. Any person where they construct road or caterpillar or anything. Now, part of the war, why you see you shoot it? No, we're not going to tell you for do you know. You see anybody where they reconstruct, you just shoot it. You see anybody with caterpillar, you shoot it with the caterpillar, born with the caterpillar. We're there for war, you can't reconstruct the board, you broke your house them. All the houses they don't broke at all, why people don't remain all for waiting. Reconstruction language, na sign, mommy and papa them. Reconstruction language, na tactic for war. The Gobi caterpillars, they can't reconstruct your road. Ma tell you the truth, mommy and papa them. When they live, even when they live an army, they can't make road them for an area. Every night they will come to do kale. They will come with the armor car them. Can they put all on answer that armor car them with the baby truck and car and go for Douala and put them for jail. Young men and women them, mommy and papa them. So when they for an area, sometimes they will run for an area. Say fine, I'm enough to enter inside the camp cash now. If I'm one camp, and Bazuna restoration forces they go fight them for road. If when I live and they can't reconstruct the road and they use caterpillar, they come say, oh, na the get road. What's that the baby 60 years ago? When they don't come take caterpillar, they bulldoze road, they can't make the road. Number one, they go enter for motor, they can't carry where women them go to make love. Number two, they go enter for village, the bonbon house them. Number three, they will enter there, they do kale, they kidnap white people them, they take money for extortion. When they can't catch your boy picking or your girl picking, they say now, oh, now Ambassador Restoration Force, give money, you go pay 500,000 CFA francs as a they do. Cameroon government you no get money again. Now they say they reconstruct. Me I no go talk go far, but all the fighting unit for home front, they know to have for reconstruct. One of those caterpillars, and when they burn them, one of those caterpillars, they burn them. How much? About 200,000 CFA. Sorry, $200,000 dollars. That $200,000 now about 40 million 40 million or 1 point something million CFA France. Now a big loss for Cameroon government. But when they can't burn warehouses them, when they can't broke warehouses them, Caterpillar said they can't reconstruct. They can't reconstruct, they don't get map for you, they not be us. They can't broke, they reconstruct them. They come where they go. They don't live 5, 6, 7 family generation forever without a house. Once we not get house again, the nature go kill us. Heat go kill us. Rain go kill us. Cold go kill us. Mommy and Papa them, whenever they can make Caterpillar for an area. Any man can do one finish na witchcraft kill it, una kill it. Anything I feel do una do am. Restoration forces them. Anybody can reconstruct road. When I reconstruct it, una gone. When I get gone for una hand, I tell una a simple way for do. I don't talk about various LJ them. They go do am. When I see person with Caterpillar, when I born with the Caterpillar inside the Caterpillar, it be very simple. Those people they can reconstruct where area them. Now French Cameroon government people there, where they come say they come reconstruct where area them. They broke their houses them. They know very well. Half of so far we know broke their houses them. They don't go by men that do the same. Go for Manfred, do the same. Go all over Amazon, they do the same. As they broke and they go, where mommy and papa them when they shouldn't look them. And how they can't tell them, somebody go broke this road them. Now politician them. Even allow they talk when I see how politicians stand for them to say it time the head of state. When they make those roads them, how they come open that road them. When I mayor them, when I go see mayor them, they go take green red yellow the time for that chest. They can't say they don't open road. That road they can't say highway of death. My put as a highway of death. When they open that road now, so they pass with their motor, they can't carry me for Kali, they catch and they lock and they catch and they lock and they catch and they lock and village is dry. So anybody where he can't carry reconstruct, when I shoot to kill it, it's as simple as that. We for war when I didn't understand. We for war when I didn't understand. So when I say, oh, I forgive you, I forgive this, you go forgive the suicide. Either now you own them. There's no alternative. Probably I don't send army, they can't kill me. Then the kill we go, then the burn houses they go. I go find them shameful for any ambassador restorational force where go complain, say, oh, they burn your house. Somebody burn your house, you burn your own. I define them shameful for any ambassador restorational force where say, oh, shoot we. Somebody shoot you, you shoot it back. I define them shameful for anybody who will say, oh, any young man or woman for inside home for you say, oh, they don't do kale catch we. Somebody catch you catch it back. They make you face reality. Make you know this. You don't say, oh, they don't catch me, they don't kill me, I wait for somebody to make help me. Nobody will relieve you unless you're self. So make over to you, Commander Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much, Commissioner.
Commander Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, can I just add something to what Comrade Willie just said?
No,
I'll not take up to
you have the mic.
Probably a minute.
No, you have the mic. I wanted to ask the ANS stand on this reconstruction, so you have the right to take to talk more than the 2 minutes.
Okay, no, it's okay. I take just 2. Yeah, I just you know, the information we've been consistent with the information that's informing our ARFs that there should be no construction during this period, and there are no apologies for that. We are not apologizing for that. Please, there is no reconstruction, especially with anything that has to do with the roads. All of that has to be, we are putting all of that at the halt. La Republic, they have no they don't have any control. They have no territorial integrity over our land. They just make sure that they go and refocus on their own part of the, on their own part of the territory, which is La Republic. Now, when we want to talk about reconstruction, look, day in, day out, they keep on burning our homes. It did not start today. They burnt our homes. They started from, when this thing started in Meme, they burnt houses in Meme. They've been going all over burning houses. For those that think that, those that were trying to say that, we'll leave this thing before, let's leave this thing, we'll leave this thing because they try to do it because they want to bring us, we will forget, go about. No, it will not happen. Look, there's still a lot of our people in jail. They have never talked about those people. They are locked up. There are those that relocated to Nigeria. There are those that are in the bushes. All of them lost their homes. They never talked about for 1 second that they had to come back and rebuild those houses, bring those people back. It is so much care about our people. Look, they have resources, they have their military camps, and they have maybe some other things that they're targeting in those interiors. That's why they're constructing those roads. It's a no-no. It will not happen. Any material, anything, any machinery that is geared towards reconstruction, please take it out. We are not apologizing. Look, we had been living for all this time without those roads. Our people have been surviving. What they do is they have their machinery, their equipment, their cars that they're using to go into the hinterlands. They have discovered that those things they get back easily along those roads, and they discovered the mistake they made. So what they're trying to do now is to make sure that they can get into those places inch-free, drive into those hinterlands and come back, rape, kill, do whatever they want to do in there. It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. ARFs, if you come across any machinery doing construction work on any of our roads, take it out. Take it out. Homes have been, they had destroyed a lot of our homes. Those homes had not been reconstructed. If they really cared about our people, they would have gone into those localities where they burnt a lot of our homes, where our people are suffering outside. They would have done something about that. They would have started from there before thinking about the roads. But what they are doing right now is trying to get their hands on our resources, construct roads into their barracks. Because right now, we've seen that they're trying to construct barracks here and there. There are new camps here and there across our territory. They're trying to facilitate, movement between, their so-called La Republic into those camps. If you find them, take them out. That's our instruction to our ARF. Thank you, Comrade.
Yeah, thank you very much, Commander Kenneth. I will still come back to you. There's a point that Commissioner Willie also mentioned on politicians. These politicians who have now become liability to the Ambazonian revolution. These politicians who are only interested in the blood of their people, appointed by Bia's government to continuously hold us in chain. What message do you have for them as spokesperson for the ANSC?
There is this. I want to tell them this. We don't have politicians in Amazonia. There's nothing like that in Amazonia. There are no politicians. Those that are going around calling themselves politicians, those are La Republic proxies. They are people that have been appointed by Yaoundé, the regime in Yaoundé, the colonial regime, to come and continue killing our people, facilitate them in killing our people. They are working for themselves. They are not working for our people. We've never seen anything good from these people. For the time we've been in that country, when we're together, there was nothing good which they did for us. At this point, there have been no elections. There were no elections. Let me make that clear. Because our people, on no occasion have I seen our people going out there to say they are going to vote. They are going to vote for a particular person or for a particular party. We don't have political parties in Amazonia. There are none that have been registered in our headquarters in Buea. No political parties have been registered in Buea. Let me repeat. So for anyone going about as a politician, you are not Amazonian. If you are representing La Republique, Yaoundé, please go across the Mungo, stay there. Because if you come on our territory, you will be arrested. There are some that we know they might be hanging around. I want to make it clear. We are not giving up and we'll never give up. With time, we are going to get to you. Note this and take it very clear. Let it be very clear. With time, we are going to get to you. We are what we are doing is we're going through a phase. We had suffered maybe sometime last year from the Koopas and so on. But what we are doing now, we are building our capacities. And we'll get to that point whereby everybody, because I've heard some of them are going around saying that it will not happen. Let them just wait. Go back. It is time for you to just go back. Go stay back in Yaoundé. We don't have any political parties in Amazonia. None have been registered in Buea. So let them take that message And anything that happens to them, they have themselves to blame. Thank you, Comrade Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much, Commander Kenneth. The warning has been sent. It is direct. There's no mixing of words. And we all understand that if you're a politician operating in La Republique, please stay in La Republique for your safety. We are at war. All political parties have been banned in Amazonia because we are fighting for our liberation. We are not fighting for democracy. We are not fighting for peace. We are fighting for justice. And until we get that, there is virtually nothing we can do when it comes to political party or party politics. So please, if you're a politician, you have heard from Commissioner Willie, you have heard from Commander Kenneth, please. You don't know when you'll be picked up. That's the irony in it. You don't know when you'll be picked up because you can be fortunate and you can be unfortunate. You stroll and you land into at the hands of our warriors, and you pay a heavy price because your presence in Yaoundé, validating the CPDM party in Amazonia, you automatically becomes a military, a La Republique terrorist military. You automatically become one. So please, if you're a politician, stop politicking in Amazonia. Cross over to La Republique. Stay there. Do your politics there. But for now, we are fighting for the liberation. We are fighting for the restoration. We are fighting for the independence that was stolen from us. We are fighting for that this moment. So, SON Zama is still cannot meet us. We'll go to the last segment of our program. We are already above 1 hour, which is our time. The last segment of our program will be mostly with Commissioner Willie on the new dimension of home front. Yeah, Commissioner Willie, what can you tell us? Code reinforcement, I don't know if you are talking about code reinforcement on home front, but please, I don't know if you can put the two together. Our code reinforcement on home front and the new dimension. Can you tell the Amazonian people, explain to them what you mean? That is a concept that I think you came up with. Can you tell the Amazonian people what is it all about? Our code reinforcement and the new dimension at home front.
Light my candle, she shake no day. Light my candle, she shake no day. My brothers and sisters, me I go talk to them for the talk we go. I said, light my candle, she shake no day. Some people they call me, ask me from home front, say, I say, Pa, when it comes to this revolution, when it comes to dialogue, what do you think? I say, as fighting wing, as restorational force of home front, we don't get nothing to do with dialogue. I will repeat them again. As ARF, Ambassador Restorational Force of Home Front, we don't get nothing to do with dialogue. We don't involve nothing to do with dialogue. I say, as Ambassador Restorational Forces on home front, inside Amazonia, 13 county, 61 LGA, we have nothing to do with dialogue. We have nothing to do with negotiation. We have the right and responsibility to fight to liberate ourselves. When it comes to dialogue and negotiation, we'll leave that language for Dr. President Samuel Sarko Ikome to make those policy. When it comes to fighting on the ground, we are not negotiating nothing with the Republic of Cameroon. We are not begging them. We are the one feeding them. We are the one housing and clothing them. So we are not dialoguing with them. We are not negotiating nothing with them. They have invaded our land, invaded our property. We're going to fight and shoot them out. We have to shoot our way out. We are not going to dialogue with no government. If there's any dialogue or negotiation, that's not my responsibility. That's the responsibility of Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikome to make that decision. But as a fighter on the ground, as we are servant for the home front, we go to fight and fight and fight. We are not dialoguing with nobody. We do not recognize no dialogue. We do not recognize no negotiation. We're going to fight and fight until reach to in Boya. Then President Sarko going to tell us what to do next. Yes, fight and fight. Canada does not involve us. Anything does not involve us, the restoration forces on home front. What involves us at this moment is to use our gun and shoot and kill those who have invaded us. We're going to shoot them, we're going to roast them, and we're going to burn them, and we're going to fry them. We're not going to sit and leave other people come inside our land, kill us, rape us, burn our houses, and we are trying to dialogue with them. We do not dialogue with the thief. We will not dialogue with invasion forces that enter our land and killing us and raping us. We have nothing to dialogue with them. They don't belong there in the first case. Cameroon army do not belong inside Ambazonia in the first case. We got to get them. We got to get rid of them. They're like bacteria in your body. When there's bacteria in your body, you get rid of it. It's like diarrhea. You shit them out. You do not dialogue or negotiate with them. That's why our Ambazonia restoration forces are moving day in and day out, fishing them out and wiping them out from their various hiding places. We're not going to dialogue or talk negotiation with them. Do not talk negotiation and dialogue. We are not part of the dialogue team. Ambazonia restoration forces, we are not part of the dialogue team, part of the negotiation team. Have asked now the way Cameroon army don't see una, it's say more dialogue. When they see una, they shoot and that's all. When Cameroon army see we are restoration forces, they shoot them. So where we see them, we no dialogue nothing. We not waiting for no table. We not got no table. Ambazonia wait for them. In Ambazonia, we do not have no table on the ground to wait for Cameroon army for dialogue or negotiation. We do not invite them on the table. We do not invite them on the chair, on the bench, on the mat. We're going to shoot them and bundle them and push them out of our land. So help us, God. All the restoration forces, all Ambazonia restoration forces, this is an order from your home from commissioner. As a commissioner, my duty and responsibility is to detect where the fight is going. I say my duty and responsibility is to detect where the fight is going. The fight is going towards the direction of fighting. We are not dialoguing with nobody. We are not negotiating with nobody. We are not calling Cameroon government on the table. A thief cannot come to your house to steal and kill you and rape you, and you tell the thief, come, let's dialogue. You're out of your mind. You are a lost soul. Whoever will come again and say, come meet me on the table. We're not meeting nobody on the table. We're going to fight and push them all out. We don't have a table. We're in a battlefield. In a battlefield, you kick an enemy out. If a thief enter your house, you kick them out and shoot them and burn them and roast them. You do not carry a thief to go dialogue. To dialogue with who? We are not negotiating with nobody. We have nothing to do with Cameroon government. We don't have nothing to do. We don't have to negotiate with them. We are not begging them for no negotiation. Now, I would like to bring this to the world. Cameroon government is the #1 supplier of weapons to Ambazonia restoration forces. We do not even have enough money to buy the weapons. So we are taking it from the Cameroon army and we are using it against them to defend ourselves. You've seen it on TV. Shesheng no day. You see my brother, they take gun for army, no? When I say they take gun for army, no? All we need for reinforce them. We will give this boy them enough bullets and they call us a granite. Enough bullets. We don't need for Biden gun. Just give them enough bullets. Maybe you say how to enter, take gun for can. We popcorn them. We don't get the matches. We don't get a light and a light at this. We don't get for them. They will push Cameroon army out day in and day out. And any civilian where if you say any civilian, I will talk, I know hide up. Any civilian where if you go join Cameroon army, if you can't find Ambazonia restoration forces them, immediately you do them. The key one or the key any another one. Anyone they kill them, or you point away restoration forces, they stay or they hide. Your name not die. You will take care of your grave. Anybody, if you be civilian, stay neutral from this war. If you don't want to fight, stay neutral. If you carry your hand, you go show or support Cameroon army. Therefore, you are helping them to kill us, and you'll be killed. Anytime you go join Cameroon army, then automatically you'll be army. Automatically you'll be army. I know what hide them. Anytime you go join Cameroon army, automatically you'll be army. So all restoration forces for home front, we are not get time for Canada. Canada no know Canada. We don't know France. France no know una. Now Cameroon army invade our land. No be France. Me I don't care about France. So when I go shoot anything where come where no resemble we inside the ground. Anything else, when I wipe it all. Shesheng no day, light my candle. When I go light candle, they go now. So they firewall. When they firewall, they actually say, can you meet me on the table? They say, Comrade Paul, I come for your house, I can't enter for thief. You catch me, you say more negotiate. Negotiate what inside your house. When I'm not going to negotiate. That one, the President Sako will decide for that negotiation. For restoration forces them in front, we know they negotiate with nobody. We know they beg nobody. We go fight and kill everybody. We go shoot our way to freedom. May God help we. And we say make sure they go for La Republic. We still see some people that see papas will chop them. We say make sure they come for La Republic enter for we. Some people that still carry building material and for their personal motor them. If we see that motor, that motor it will get a different name. You know, it will be like fire truck. More when I put up on head very well. We say make chop no go. When I don't see for Cameroon for your own the Douala Bafusam, their price for chop increased. Bag rice at 10,000, now at 20,000. They cry day in and day out. We go hold them so the quiz time they go, the twist time they go, twist time they go. Politicians they not going to travel again from point A to point B. Any man go carry them for their motor, that you go lose a motor. When I go no politician, when they 20 make a length for and they go shoot up for grass or deal. When I go know them. I know Kevin and a CPDM politician as a come from on top for you. I know Kevin and a CPDM politician or any politician. I know okay, we no get political parties in Ambazonia. We no get them. Stay for Yaoundé, safe. Stay for Douala and be safe. You enter Ambazonia, you know the fight. You can't tell a head of state. You don't promise you. Head of state promise you shoot the person who say head of state. Now probably that for your front. Restorational forces. Any man can call head of state. Probably na probably that for your front. Shoot to kill him. Probably not come for Yaoundé come. Now the carry probably agenda bring him. Now probably a right hand that you go find you go wipe it out. May wanna stay blessed. We not going to talk again. We don't want nobody. We don't want now. We don't want nobody for Ukraine. They want nobody. You are here bomb, boom. You are here bullet, boom. We don't want nobody. When I shoot person, I kill them. Where they stand for away. Why don't me will stand for front for block the freedom? When I shoot me, kill them. If I stand on the front to block this revolution, shoot me and kill me. It's like a pregnant woman having a baby trying to push. You go hold the vagina trying to block it not to come. And you have to kill that person so that you can have your baby freely. We're not going to stay for Bush for 6 years. No. No. Nobody going to liberate you. The gun is in your hand. The liberation is in your hand. So, guess what? Light your candle. Fight to liberate the oppressed. The oppressed is you. The oppressed is me. The oppressed is us. Maybe we're going to stay blessed.
Yeah, thank you very much, Commander Willie, Commissioner Willie. Thank you. Commander Kenneth, I don't know if you have any roundup statement on a new dimension on home front. Please, you make it with your roundup statement as we are soon signing off.
I think Commander Willie already, he talked. He has already elaborated on that. I just want to talk about the burnings that took place, maybe the order in Vekobi, where we had 2 civilians. One of them, popularly known as Labor, that was gunned down, that was summarily executed in front of the wife. And then the other one, known as Killian, whom had been in their dungeon, they tortured him for quite some time, executed him and threw him about, that one was in car, threw him about a kilometer away from the car market. We've been seeing, we've warned La Republic, it's been going on for quite some time. They've been doing this, they've been carrying on with the burnings, raising our property for quite some time. We saw this also in Manu. We saw it in Manu. After what happened along the Boss Jungle Highway, they went there and raised homes. We want La Republic to understand that they don't have, it's not only their forces that have monopoly to fuel and a box of matches. If they want to try it, it started. They should all remember how this all started. They started killing our people. We started with den guns, and today we're becoming more and more sophisticated. We want them to know it is a warning we are giving to them. We can turn their territory into a furnace. We can all burn it down. They should stop burning the homes of our civilians. They should stop it. Our people have suffered enough. What is going on there is unacceptable. If their forces continue doing that, let them listen. We are giving them this warning from the ANC. They should stop burning the homes of our civilians. We are equally capable. We are equally capable of turning their place upside down. They shouldn't do it again.
Yeah, I think that is the action Amazonians want to see. It's not a warning again. It's retaliating, setting fires in their barracks, setting fire in their camps, setting fire in anything that belongs to them. If you know that a military man, if they burn a civilian's house and you know that a military man owns a particular property, why not retaliate? Why not go to that property and burn it too? Because if they burn civilian property and their property is still there, it means we are not fighting, we are joking with them.
It does not only involve the civilians, the military. They are doing it to our civilians. I think if our civilians can, if they can do that to our civilians, it is equally, I think it should be okay for their civilians to feel the pinch as well. Because what did our people, look at what is happening. We have thousands upon thousands of refugees who are out of the territory. They are suffering where they are right now. Nobody's paying attention to that. La Republic does not care. What they want to do is reconstruct roads. They don't care. Right now, actually, we know that's always been the case. We don't, let them just leave our territory. We'll do our reconstructions by ourselves. We don't need anything from them. Let them pack and go across the moon. Let me just, there was also an incident in Balangi, in Meme, where there was I want to send this message out also to those black legs, because there's a black leg out there. I don't know. The video was supposed to be up. I wanted Amazonians, the ARFs, and everybody to look at that guy, but I don't think we can have that video. There was a black leg who was in Balangi working with one guy that was popularly known as Aquin. They were working with, they were collaborating with the B commander in that area to kill a lot of our ARFs. That guy presently, the commander was neutralized, and the black leg is presently on the run. We heard that maybe he might be with the girlfriend in Moyoka. We are actually, we are following it up. Wherever he finds himself, we'll share that picture. He'll go over to most of our ARLs for them to understand what is happening. And then with the video we are seeing right now, the one I think our technical bench they just put up, that is, Amazonians, we are bereaved. We lost one of our finest in the name of General Shaomao. He hails from the great county of Ngokutunja, and he had been a great pillar. He had been a great, he's one of the pioneers, or one of those that started the fight over there. And it is rather sad for us to say he did not fall at the hands of the terrorists from the Republic, but the hands of their proxies. As has always been the case, whenever they try to get to some of our top fighters, they can't do it. They send some of their elements to infiltrate those that are being controlled, those are the so-called, some of the Kupas and so on, to infiltrate those that they see are their forces. Because why am I saying so? We know that these people are not able to raise money. They cannot do anything. But to find them with arms, to find them with bullets going around, where do they take those materials from? The public supplies it to them. Some of their elements, they infiltrate some of those boys, some of those, the terrorists that did come in to go and neutralize some of our toughest. While we continuously educate our fighters on the importance of their safety, we are equally condemning this particular act, and the ARS are on high alert. Those that committed this act, their names are out there already. Their names are out there. Shaomao was a great fighter. At one time, he was captured, and the NSC did play a lot in his release. He was released eventually. He came back. It was just on the 31st, yesterday, that we got news that he was down. So we are saddened about what has happened to him. We are sending out our condolences to his immediate family. And we are, those to the fighters he had, those that were around him, we want them to know that We'll stand with them, we'll support them, we'll give them whatever support. We know he had some great fighters. And as I've always said, if the Republic takes down one general, one comes up that is even more radical than the one that was there.
For sure.
The general that will take his place will answer present in a big way, and La Republic will feel him. He will answer present. La Republic should be sure. Those that came in and committed that act, the ARFs are going to answer present. Contrary to, they were trying to spread some false stories around that they were coming around and he opened fire. This guy, the general went out on maybe one of his normal errands just to pick up something from a shop. And it so happened that these guys, they had been, they had been following, maybe they had taken their positions, they had been monitoring him. And immediately he got there, they came out, opened fire. They got him. He didn't have even a knife on him. So as he was struggling, he fell behind a house, one of the homes, and that's where he gave up the ghost. And the very person that shot him, I think Ambazonian should know that he's a nephew. He's a relative of his. How La Republic got through to them, I think it's a topic for another day. But when it happened, he went and asked for a machete that he wanted to chop off his head and take it along. But most of our civilians that were not there, that were there, didn't condone with the act. So they told him they had nothing. They couldn't give him those guys. They couldn't give him a machete. So finally, what they did, they took off his clothes. He had some monies on him. They took the money away. They took his 2 phones and they took his bike. So it was later on that our ARF, they came. They had to clothe him again. The picture we saw, that was the clothes. That was the clothes that they put on him before we could see that video. Initially, he was naked. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a sad story, but he failed as a warrior. He failed as a soldier. He failed fighting for Ambazonia.
I was coming to that. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, he fought till he gave up his life fighting for freedom. He was killed by enemies in the house. General Shaumao, a street will certainly be named you, because since 2006, faithful to this cause. You fought from the ranks of an ordinary soldier right up to a general. You faced all type of trials and tribulation, but you still were faithful and focused until the enemy in the house took you down. Soldier go, soldier come. Barak, stand up. Stand up. So, rest in peace, General Shaumao. Rest in peace, brave warrior. Rest in peace, great soldier. Your legend will live on. Your legend will live on. Your legend will live on. Thank you very much, our great panelist. I think we are almost 1 hour 30 minutes, which is 30 minutes above our time. Thank you, Commander Kenneth, co-host. Thank you, Commissioner Willie. Thank you, Mayor Kari. Thank you, SOS Nzama. Thank you, Tapadi. Thank you very much for your technical support, for always being there to host us. We thank the whole communication department and the ABC board. We thank our faithful viewers who have been there with us from the beginning right up till this end. Please continue to share. Share for those who could not watch us live, so that they'll watch us later. Thank you, fellow Ambazonians, for this wonderful day. 1st of April is a new month. I'm wishing you personally all the best of this new month. That God will continually guide and protect us. Our soldiers on home front, from the field marshals right to the foot soldiers in the camp. If you are not there, we will not be here. And if we are not here, you will not be there. We salute your courage. We salute your engagement. We salute your sacrifice. It is voluntary, just like what Commissioner Willie said. Nobody is paying anybody. We are fighting for freedom. We thank you for your sacrifice. To all our soldiers who are resting in power, we say continue to rest in power. Till we get to Boya, we will never give up. We will never disappoint you. We will never disappoint your blood. We will never fail your blood. We owe your blood one thing, to keep fighting till we get to Boya. Thank you. Continue the sacrifice. Continue all that you do for motherland. We will not sleep. We will always be there with you. Thank you, televiewers of ABC. Till next Saturday, I wish you all the best. Ciao.
IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
Ambassadors, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm a commissioner for Home Front. Yes. For all restorational forces for Home Front, we agree to now. For all restorational forces for Home Front, we agree to now. This music, I appreciate all the men and women who they stand strong for Home Front. And today, we declare Operation No Drug Home Front. I say we declare Operation No Drug Home Front. We can inform all the units for Home Front. Say effective the 20th of February, that's on Monday. No unit will keep any drug within themselves, and nobody will be allowed to take any drug. We talk of waiting any drug substance will make you confused. You know go take up. So all assistant commander them for all the unit them, and I will be in charge. We'll make sure say everybody under that unit, nobody will use any drug substance. We go make it populate a head. We don't win like public. Now the one who use medication and drugs them, but they fool us. We would get confused. So effective the 20th as February, 20th as Monday, 2023. Now Operation No Drug in San Bazonia. All the fighting units them, and I get from today's Saturday, Sunday, or take the drugs them if we do for a possession, we'll get them back for the owner them or for trash out. Anybody where they keep drug on his behalf, you will tell me you can take a drug within 48 hours. Because by Monday, in no get actually go inside the drug day. You will trash out the toilet. I say you go put them a toilet. So all the unit them in 13 counties, 61 LGA. Anybody where get drug for a possession, you go call the owner, make and take a drug. We're not gonna be interested to use drug. Anybody where you go sell any drug, we're gonna arrest you, we're gonna go shoot it. Anybody where you gonna come for neighborhood can they sell drugs them? Those drugs that the big people they populate, we're gonna go hold you. When I say anybody where you go can they sell drugs them? Or a neighborhood they make them hold you populate, we're gonna go hold you. As we fight to go for Boya, we'll stay focused. We need a country, a disciplined people. We need a country, the focused people, focused mind and focused brain. We don't get the country, we'll get people where they drug to control them or alcohol to control them. As we the march to go, they send a shout out to May County, they send a shout out to May County, send a shout out to Mezam, to Ndian, to Manyu, to Fako, to Libialem, all the county them. Send a shout out to all of you now. When they stand strong, prepare for enemy eye. We come for tell when I say, we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready in the weeks or days ahead. The next announcement will go come. When the next announcement go come, all go move that same direction. Now be ready days ahead or weeks ahead. For the next announcement will go come. Country as a whole, all go move in that direction. To God be the glory. As the march to go, we're gonna not forget Operation Drug Free from Bazonia. Mommy and Papa them, if you be so you carry drugs and carry sell them for our kingdom and our brothers and sisters them, maybe they smoke them, they get drunk, they get high, they die quick. If we see you say that drug again, so from Monday, February 20th, nobody go get any drug, smoke them, drink them, overdo anything. The only medicine if you drink and medicine will make you if you get wound, you drink it make you well. Or if you get headache, you drink medicine, you make you well. We don't want any illegal medicine. We from not stand up for like they can poison me for ground. We thank Una and they thank all the genuine restorational fighters in Home Front. When I don't forget that our people don't take various agent them, put inside various unit them. When the time reach, when they say the movie sell business no the pass, they'll go give themselves for this other center. They'll go hand over themselves. When they hand over themselves and with time the enemy go help or kill them. The enemy themselves. Make when they march to go, we agree to now. Until then, make Una stay blessed and stay focused. Yes, home front. When I not forget, Operation No Drug Western Amazonia. Operation No Drug Western Amazonia. You go to effect now. As soon as they hear this audio, as to the match, nobody go say drug Western Amazonia. When I get from today, the 18th, the 20th, for 8 hours. If you get any money, the person is drug, where you keep him, you go call him, you can take a drug. If you no can take him by Monday, the 20th, you go throw the drug. I want to try, no get no chance or no reason for ask you say drug day. When I go try for toilet, we no go smoke or drink drug, make we populate, we confuse. We human being, we stay human being and stay focused. We need fighting forces, we need the population, we need the society, we will make good decision to govern ourselves. No one people where they go, people confuse head inside us. So anybody we go come for can sell drugs for our neighborhood them, when I go shoot him, when I go kill him. I say anybody we go bring medication or those drugs them for can sell them, people they get high, they get confused, when I go shoot him, and I go keep them. If you are drug them any with your friend, you get the money for can take them. If you no can take that drug, the person will keep them, go draw him. You know go sell them, you go draw him, you sell them, we'll see you, we'll shoot you, we'll understand. And all the assistant commander they be responsible for carry out this task force. They will be in charge. Check all, make sure say nobody get any drug for yourself. Nobody keep any drug and nobody smoke any drug. If you feel like taking drug, exercise. Feel like taking drug, exercise. Feel like taking drug, chop orange. Feel like taking drug, find some fruit, you chop up. Feel like taking drug, jump up and down, do push-ups. It will pump you, it will give you energy, it will make you stay focused. We'll have a safe life. The whole idea for this revolution of a safe life. I'll move for Boya. We're not going to worry for Boya, we're crazy for them and crack it. Anybody when you hear this audio, all the forces of home front, when I go reinforce them, all the LJ them, when I go reinforce them. When I not forget home front day, chop no go for go for la Republic, chop no go for go for la Republic. People they carried meta them, no go for carried meta them. People they can't give light bill, water bill, no go for cam. When I see them, when I nothing for do. Any man can for call water for a neighborhood, and nothing for do. Nobody will give you tax, and no say tax no day. When I no say tax no day, and I get ourselves ready, the announcement will come within the week, within the days ahead. As we're going to push it up. The same time, same direction, when that boy. Until then, we're gonna stay blessed.
Fellow Amazonians, now with a heavy heart, what they come to now today once more, the 1st of April 2023, on behalf of the ANSC, for come announce some for una say General Shao Mao of the great state of Ngokuchinja before yesterday, the 31st of March 2023. General Shao Mao, one of the pioneers, the very first, a brave pillar and a fearless leader for the fighters. Be vow say in no fit ever turn it back for this revolution, even if it means say make it give your own life. The ANSC, on behalf of the interim government, they give you a 21 gun salute, as well as your lieutenants, your soldiers will leave behind, and your family. We tell you say make you hold the fight strong wherever you dey right now. The ANSC want equally inform the Amazonian people say the circumstances where they be surround this particular valiant soldier in death be more heartbreaking, as it no be fall for the hands of the terrorist La Republic like General Fire we don't go before ye, but it be fall in the hands of the enemies within La Republic proxies, and some of them even close family members. Amazonians as well as OARFs make a statement for year those wey dey be responsible for General Shao Mao death. And the first, make a tell una, na General Ndiba for Baba. The second, na expert wey dey call A2 from Bamali. The third, na Taveni from Bambalang. And the fourth, na Big Vulture from Bui. Now, the information wey they get on say, at the time of the general death, he no be armed. He would just go out for go purchase maybe a few items. And at that particular point, this particular four, where I call them Ndiba from Baba, Expert A2 from Bamali, Taveni from Bambala, and Big Vulture from Bui, they become ambushy. And the person will be pulled the trigger on the general, now no other than Ndiba. As the general be reach for the shop, he won't buy weight away, he be go there for buy. Ndiba, where he be na a nephew to General Shao Mao, now he be pulled the trigger. Make I repeat here, say the general no be armed, and he no be fit be able for fight back as they be ambushy. As Ndiba be shoot the general struggle go fall behind a house. Ndiba, when the nephew follow the general, still go ask for a machete from the civilians where they be nearby for cut off a head, take them along. But the civilians, they be tell you say they don't get this machete. Ndiba, expert, Taveni and Big Vulture, they be proceed for neketi, just like what La Republic they do. Being the leaders of the group, they be probably get some La Republic elements where they be accompanying them. Now, after they be nekedi, they be remove the 2 phones, they take the cash where they get them on ye, and they be take it back. Ndiba don't sell his uncle because of power, and they've cried die for great general still in of the same compound when Ndiba come out there. It's still being at the same family they cry, and he need to touch Ndiba in any way. But one tell Ndiba say they picking them where the general leave them. If them can ask you tomorrow say what to be happen for their pa, you go fit look at them straight in the eye. Tell this speaking them say now you be killed their pa. That one a premeditated murder. You Ndiba, your friends, expert when I ate you from Bamali, Taveni and Big Vulture, when I be plan them very well with the group of others when I can't take a life. When I don't do La Republic dirty work, but make we remind una say death they come in so many ways, and as when I live today, Ndiba, A2, Taveni and Big Vulture, each day when I be a step away from una own death or from una own grave. And the circumstance where go lead to that, now others they go live for describe them. At this point, we tell all ARF say make una be on high alert. The ANSC, on behalf of this interim government, they extend with condolence to the family of Shaumaho, the soldiers will leave behind, as well as the great county of Ngokutunja. Short live the struggle, long live the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.